Oh, you won the Big Ten. You thought you were hot shit. You beat Western Michigan last week. Little brother, sit down. Only a minute left. You're 3 goals down. The Wolverines woke up there in the third period and owned you. Owned you. It was a great game until the end. Oh, a little flurry there at the end. No chance. Barczewski, what an amazing game by him with all the stops he had. He looked more like Augustine, the draft pick from the Detroit Red Wings, than Trey Augustine did. Barczewski was amazing. So was a flurry of every other Michigan player. Every player had a great... Man, this is over. Three straight years. The Michigan Wolverines are out of the Frozen Four. The commentator just said, I don't know if you heard, but it is true. It is accurate. So we didn't win our 3rd straight Big Ten title, but we won when it matters. And Michigan lost 4 of 5 versus Michigan State this year, including the Big Ten Championship in overtime last week. I knew the rematch was going to be for Michigan here. I didn't know it would go this way at the end. I thought it would be more like the first 2 periods, and we will get into that. But Michigan, 28th Frozen Four now for this storied program. Can they continue? Can they win it all? If they played the way they did today, without Seamus Casey, they're one of their best goal scorers and point getters, versus this rival in a chance to go to the Frozen Four, I think they can continue on. Boston College had some struggles, went to overtime, but eventually won earlier today. So that is who we will be playing. The number 1 overall seed. Next week, April 11th at 8:30. Wow, what a game this has been. In the first period, just under 5 minutes in, Gavin Brindley was called for a hooking penalty, and with 24 seconds left on the Michigan State power play, O'Connell tipped in a goal. It was the first goal, and after a long review for high sticking, was his stick over the crossbar. He knocked it down, and it went through Barczewski's legs, and they reviewed that. They said it was good. All right, so Michigan State was now 2 for 12 versus Michigan for the whole entire year, all them 5 previous games on the power play, and took a 1-0 lead early. There was hard hitting by both teams, and Michigan had a chance with 12 minutes and 8 seconds left, and Michigan State had a great chance with 11 minutes left, and then at 10:33, both Draper and Stubach were penalized because there was a scrum, so we had a 4-on-4. But it got interesting. With 1:15 left on the 4-on-4, Warren just skated right through everybody and was elbowed in the face. Should have been a major penalty, in my opinion. But so it was 4-on-3. But Michigan didn't score on that or the 5-on-4 thereafter. So, not that they didn't try. They tried, and they got shots on goal. But Augustine is a great goalie, all right? Michigan then had a little flurry with 5 minutes left in the first period, but Michigan State's defense was in the right place at the right time always. Nienhuis blindsided a guy then after elbowing Warren. And I was thinking it's only a matter of time before this guy's thrown out. And I didn't hear his name the rest of the game. I guess he was there to be the enforcer, set the tone. Well, it didn't work. With 22 seconds left in the period, Michigan slashed, giving up a Michigan power play. Michigan's number one power play starting the second period was a disgrace. They never even got a shot on goal. They were 0-2 now on the power play, and this will be a theme going through this game. We didn't even have to score on the power play. Friends don't let friends be State fans. With Seamus Casey out, like I said, I was waiting on someone like Warren or Fantilli to step up for Michigan. 5 minutes in, these teams were going at it. Chances on both sides until it was Duke to Edwards. I think TJ Duke this time to Edwards in transition to tie the game for Michigan. Ethan Edwards, a nice shot from quite a distance. And it was 1-1. With 12:31 left in the second period, Michigan was attacking and drew a fourth penalty, but it was now they were 0 for 3 on the power play, which is unheard of for Michigan. They don't do that. So I had a discrepancy here with the broadcasters on what is a power play and what is not. So on the 4-on-4, that's not a power play. And then there was one power play because Michigan State penalized Michigan on that same 4-on-4, and that is the same penalty that should be equated to the 5-on-4 thereafter. Anyway, 0-3 on the power play. Then Tyler Duke was called for a bogus penalty, and Michigan State had their second power play opportunity. Barczewski, though, had an amazing glove save, and then another save. Then 2 more saves to kill the power play for Michigan State, but then even after that penalty was killed, Barczewski was on his game as Michigan State was possessing and shooting for a long period of time. Pressure on him. They seemed very amped up. And then, with 54 seconds left, Michigan State had an unnecessary hit from Leshvanov, and Michigan had technically their 5th power play, but couldn't score before intermission. And then to start the third period, they would start with a 1:06 left on their power play. Could they get a power play goal? No. Michigan's 35% power play, best in the nation by far, was now 0 for 5 technically to start this period, and back and forth we went. Still tied in the third period, 1-1 in a defensive battle. With 13:33 left, Michigan got their first lead of the game, 2-1. It was Marshall Warren, a guy who I was asking to step up on a one-timer from Trescott. Then with 12:21, Michigan had a 2-on-1 on Augustine, and he had a great save, and it was a TV timeout. Michigan was chipping at Michigan State physically, just everything they could do, nipping at their heels like Wolverines here at the end, but finally, a huge hit by Philip LaPointe was called on Michigan with 10:35 left in the game. Michigan State went on their 4th power play. Joey Larson scored as a face-off scrum in the corner. He found himself wide open. He put it in, and it was 2-2. Michigan State was now 2 of 4 on their power plays. It was tied. Could Michigan strap down and draw a 6th penalty to capitalize for them? Well, they really didn't need to draw a 6th penalty, but they did, and then a 7th. Barczewski was sitting on too many pucks with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left. Michigan State was attacking. Dylan Duke then, no. Skated across the crease, went right up there and right in front of the goalie and backhand in. Bam, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful play by him, and it went by Augustine. Michigan had a lead again, 3-2. And then seconds later, Frank Nazar made it 4-2. 12 seconds later, Michigan scored 2 goals in 12 seconds to take a 4-2 lead. Nazar then to Brindley. Barczewski, well, it was Nazar to Brindley at that point, and Nazar passed between his legs. He passed between his legs to himself and then one-timed it to Brindley, and it went an amazing play. This team is loaded with talent, and people are starting to figure that out. Their record may not be the greatest, like all the other 1 seeds. That's the other thing. Michigan is the only one that was not a 1 seed in the region to make the Frozen Four. Oh, here we go. Man, sorry, little brother. You're just not there yet. You're getting better. You won the Big Ten. Congratulations. Like I said, Nazar made it 4-2. Barczewski literally sat on a puck to save the goal. He sat down on it with 3 minutes and 58 seconds left, and it was a TV timeout. A great TV timeout because Michigan State then went on the empty net after that. And with 2:28 left, Michigan State had a slashing penalty, giving Michigan their 7th power play. And seconds into that power play, it was Brindley and it was Dylan Duke that connected. Dylan Duke to Brindley, I believe, or whatever, and it was 5-2. Man, this team is overpowering. They finally got a power play go. 1 for 7, I believe. Odds are, in the next game, we will do much better. I love the defensive effort in this game. Holding Michigan State to 2 goals was impressive. And getting by Augustine, 5 goals is impressive. Listen, congratulations to Michigan State. I like to joke, but you're a great team. And you have only one way to go, and that's up. But Michigan was just the more experienced team in a time that matters, in single elimination, in a place they've been before. And that was the difference there in the end of this game. What do you guys think about this epic win in the Elite Eight? It's the most played rivalry game ever, and it was the first time that it was played, that these two played in the NCAA tournament. That's insane. But Michigan advances to the Frozen Four for the 3rd time in 3 seasons. And like I said, 28 is the most ever. We need to get the 10th national title before someone else does. So there you go. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Like the video, share, subscribe with other people. Subscribe with me, share with other people. You know the deal. The greatest graphics in YouTube history is here on this channel. I never proclaimed to be a professional. I am a fanatic. It's in the title. Go Blue, everybody.